I've been a photojournalist for 40 years now. And yeah, I've covered conflicts, also natural disasters, a lot of international stories. This story has been so different for me. Like, there's no place that's really safe for anyone. And I was just going to cover the border and the refugee crisis. That's what I came for in my mind. But then we had heard that Bucha and Irpin, the suburbs of Kyiv, might be open. So we just took a chance and went probably the day after it was officially liberated. And it was quite a scene.
The departure of the Russians was followed by a series of grim discoveries outside the city.
Ukrainians shot in the head at close range. Bodies bearing signs of torture and rape.
Each has to be photographed and documented.
It wasn't just all the bodies littering the streets and basements. It's all these people who died and they had nowhere to put them, so that put them in the ground. And now they're being pulled for war crimes evidence. And war crimes prosecutors, I think they endure us because they know how important it is to be documented. I mean, I photograph anything I can, and especially those little details. I mean, these are human beings, not just, 300 dead bodies in a mass grave. It's, all these lives and hopes and dreams that were, snuffed out. And it's really critically important. The problem as a photographer is trying to document this tastefully. I mean, war is ugly. War is horrible. And can you imagine what it's like to be here and be these people and live through this? All we're doing is looking at the pictures. And there's a lot of pictures I don't even transmit because they are too gruesome and they go over that line. But I think you also can't sugarcoat reality. This is the reality of the situation here. War is ugly. It's ugly and harsh and awful and horrible and terrible. And what's happening to human beings is it's death. It's death everywhere. And, as a journalist, you can't cover that up. And I think when you see such injustice, it's, it's not like you're taking a side, but we're trying to say, here, look at what's happening and look at the people it's happening to. And then you decide whether it's right or wrong.
The images of civilians lying dead on the streets and in improvised graves in the town of Bucha in Ukraine are horrifying.
The reports are more than credible. The evidence is there for the world to see.
A lot of times, the camera can be kind of a shield. You can go on automatic pilot so you can do your job, but we're not walking cameras. We're not robots. Of course, we're going to feel. I think if you look for hope once in a while, I mean, people, they are inundated with a lot of hard images to look at. I think you need to give them a little breath of fresh air and show the babushka singing that song, in her living room. I think, I can photograph dead bodies and it doesn't bother me. They're gone. It's the suffering of the people that are left behind that really gets to me. But what brings me to my knees is, it's when they're so kind, they've lost everything and, they embrace you, with the warmest hug, or they welcome you into, the burned out building where they're collecting, some meager belongings, and they hand you a little bit of tea as a gift because you're there, I don't know. I just can't understand this. It makes it harder to see what they're going through because everyone here has been so kind and they're such a good people. So that's been really hard. I wish Putin would know the people that he's doing this to.